number 4, Hong Kong, Sri Lanka.
Here we go, game number 4, Hong Kong versus Sri Lanka. This is a Pool C game between third seeds Hong Kong and Sri Lanka. The hosts, some good support for them. Stands starting to fill up on the far side. There's referee Charlie Brown from Singapore. And he gets us underway now as Ayesha sticks it down deep to Colin Chosfold. Here's Natasha Olsen-Thorne to the 22. Gets that big arm in the chest. And she starts out as she means to finish. Over the halfway now. Steps off the right. Another big fend. Gets slowed down by Kuluachi. That's a great run from Olsen-Thorne. Chosfold now swinging it wide to Christy Cheng. Emily Sears out on the wing. But there was a forward pass there, says Mr. Brown. And what an opening for Hong Kong. Natasha Olsen-Thorne steaming out of her own 22 on a big 50-metre run. See the entertainment in the background there? It's all going on down here at the Race Course International Rugby Stadium in Columbo. Beautiful day. It's very hot down there. Here comes Sri Lanka now on their 22. Good tackle, but coming around the outside. Natasha Olsen-Thorne gives it away. Chosfold's coming across. Skirting down the touchline goes Dilrukshi. She is a star. She's going to go 80 metres. Brings it round. What a try for Sri Lanka. She was very impressive in Hong Kong in leg 1. She's a big athlete. And she got around the outside of 3 Hong Kong players there. And what a riposte from Sri Lanka. Superb stuff from Sri Lanka. Now's the conversion and levels it up at 7-all. What a start from the hosts. They needed that. Pops it up off the ground there. To be fair, Olsen-Thorne was already a couple of metres back, but look at the big legs going. Gets the stride going. Chosfold gives it up. Can't get near her. And superb effort from Sri Lanka. Nam gets it from the takedown. They're on the 10 metre now. Chosfold to Olsen-Thorne. Hong Kong piling in off their feet there. Christy Cheng gets away with that one on the 10 metre line now. Emily Sear bombs it. Nothing wrong with the pass there. Just got to get the hands going. Early days on day 1. Bit of a shake of the head. She'll be cross. If you're joining us from Hong Kong, hello everybody. Hong Kong will be desperate to improve on their third finish in the previous 2 legs. China and Japan just too good so far. Good shove off the ball there from Shamwai-Sum. This time Sri Lanka going for the kick over the top. And traipsing back goes Sham. She's on her own. She's going to have to do something with the footwork here. Chosfold comes back to help her. Dilrukshi 9, she's into everything. Really is a star of the side. It's good work from the skipper, Cheng. Sham again, getting busy. Here goes Nam. And working down the touchline there, but the Sri Lankan defence got an extra spring in its step when you're at home in front of the go-go dancers on the far side.
Excellent.
So first line out of the game. Siu and Cheng will hoist Sham in the air to try and upset this Sri Lankan feed. They go for the underarm. And that's a wobbly old one. Chosfold gets it on the bounce, puts a little step in. Kuluachi does well to get a finger on her and stop that movement, but we'll go back to the wobbly old line out throw. About 11 metres, 9 metres inside Sri Lankan territory. Emily Siu there anticipating the breakdown coming through and taking out the second defender there.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hong Kong really lacking the firepower in the back line in this series, but here goes Chosfold. Olsen Thorne tries to secure that, but it's been bobbled, so that movement comes to an end. (7-0) Sri Lanka, the hosts, leading Hong Kong. You wouldn't expect Hong Kong to lose this one on current form, but when you're at home in front of your home crowd, special things can happen. The waters are on. It's very hot down there. Look at those shadows. They're very short. It's 12:10 in the afternoon here in Columbo. Here we see the little knock on by... Yeah, it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it, as Olsen Thorne came in to try and secure that. Here we go then. It's a scrum just in front of the 10 metre. Final minute of the first half. Hong Kong trailing 7 points to 0. Hong Kong put a big shove in there and Cheng reaches over. Sorry, it's Nam. Picks it up. Now down the sideline comes Chong Ka-Yan. She's got the legs. She's got the gas. She gets on the outside of Pereira. And Hong Kong with a crucial score just before half time after a block-busting scrum effort from the forwards. And there's low fives all around from the front row. Very happy with that. They've set up a try, or they've created the chance for a try. Chong Ka-Yan showing some very good pace around the outside. And that was much needed for Hong Kong as Chosfold lines this up. And she's put that straight down the middle. It's 7-all in the final seconds of the first half. Just good hands from Cheng there. She knew that Chong's on the outside. And look at the determination there. Tucks that ball under her arm and bang, she goes. Good try, Hong Kong. Chosfold nudges it out. Is it going to go 10? Yes, it goes right on the 10. Play on. Now, Olsen Thorne comes screaming up, looks to lamp somebody. Hoot is gone, and Charlie Brown now says you're holding on. So Hong Kong get another grab at this one. Sham. Here's Olsen Thorne. She just put her head down and get those legs pumping. That's classic Olsen Thorne. And now out wide, Chong's looking for another go here. Will she pin the ears back? She's up against Palekondagi, who's also got some wheels. And it's been spilt forward there, but it's another penalty. Hong Kong will persist. 10 metres from the line now. They've got to put on some sort of move here. They'd love to take an advantage into the second half. Nam Ka-Man with the ball. Takes it back a couple of steps. Gives it to Sham. She comes back the same way to Chosfold. Suri goes in on a decoy run, and Nam is not big enough to go over in the corner. Good covering tackle from Dulani, and it ends at 7-all. It's a fair score. It's a fair score at the end of this first half. The fourth game of today. As the sun beats down on these players, they'll be sucking in the big ones and slurping on the H2O here. As Anna Richards and Mark Homar get them in. Here's Dilrukshi with her earlier effort. went 80 metres and no one could put a finger on her. She was wonderful in Hong Kong in leg 1. And here's the Hong Kong try. A big scrum from Hong Kong. Pushed Sri Lanka off, got the tight head. And Chong Ka Yan finishing lovely. So 7-all here in Columbo.
Right after this game, we'll be starting the men's segment. And the first game will be a Group A game, and that will be Hong Kong taking on Japan in the men's segment. That match is coming up next.
Damn, that's a cold ass honky. Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine, dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes, those are green drink, then a leopard mink, girl standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. But shit, it was 99 cents. I get copping it, watching it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in by me and grungy fucking it. I'm stepping up, tossing and saving my money. And I'm hella happy that's a party. I'm gonna take your grandma style. I'm gonna take your grandma style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand me down?
So an opportunity in the second half for a rear win for Sri Lanka over Hong Kong in front of their crowd, and Chosfold hasn't got the 10 metres as Garvey tried to take it on the full, so that's an early error and an early chance for Sri Lanka. Got to keep your eyes on number 7 as well, Dulani Paliki Kondagi. Also scored 4 tries in Hong Kong. She can finish from a long way out. They've improved immensely, have the Sri Lankans. That's good work from Sham at the breakdown. Chosfold now takes it into 3 defenders, and Kumadamali is over the top of that. She's won the ball for Sri Lanka. They're 5 metres inside their Hong Kong half. Hong Kong looked to be offside at that breakdown there out wide as they came up in an arc, and here we are on the 10-metre line. There's a 3-on-2 if they can work it. Christy Ching's coming across as Himakumari takes the inside line, and Nam does well to bring the bigger player to the ground. There's a big tackle from Nam Karman. Some of these Hong Kong players, not the biggest in size, but no lack of courage and strength. Looks like an injury there to Himakumari. And so she's down on the ground. Sri Lanka have just 6 players to work with here. Away comes Sham. A couple of passes just behind the player there, slowing things down. Here goes Nam again. Chosfold has to get in there and secure this. It's very scrappy. Ching's doing her best, but there's a knock on in the end, and Hong Kong putting themselves under pressure there with some mistimed passes, just going that couple of inches behind the advancing player to slow things down, and then Chosfold and Ching having to clean up. Sri Lanka back to 7 now. Let's have a look at the scrum. That's pretty evenly contested. Here goes Anusha Ataniake, and she gets thwarted, and Olsen Thorne there very industriously wins the ball back for Hong Kong. Here comes Garvey, looks up and takes a few steps and throws out a bit of a loose one. Here goes Nam. Not the fastest player on the field, but she decides to have a go. Gets on the outside. One to beat now. Beautifully wrong footing her opposite, Kuluachi, and she's going to go all the way. And she may not be the fastest, but what a bit of footwork there to free up some space. Puts in a big hit 2 minutes ago to win the ball, and then scores herself a magnificent wee effort there. Hong Kong take the lead for the first time in this game. Colleen Chosfold sends it just to the left, and Hong Kong with a 5-point lead. Here she goes, beats that cover tackle, slows down off her left, off her right, and just bamboozles her. And isn't it wonderful when that sort of stuff comes off when you're bursting down the wing? 12-7. Plenty of time left here. Cindy Ewan is on the field, taking the restart there. And look at that defence coming up out of the line. Chong and just nailing Atanayake. And gets the turnover. Ivy Kwong's on the field. This is Cindy Ewan with the ball in hand. She's got some gas of her own. They swing it across the field. These passes aren't really working right now. 3 passes in a row, not ideal. Garvey now puts out the big arm, puts it in the face of Dulrukshi, and a 3rd try for Hong Kong. And it didn't look like much was going to happen there after some average passing, but Garvey's got the skill and the speed to go around Dulrukshi, which is not easy, and gets her 2nd try for the series. Good injection from the bench there, straight away from Cindy Ewan and Ivy Kwong. That's what you want from your bench, as the kick falls short and to the right from Ewan. Here she goes. That's a great fend there as Dulrukshi goes high, and this time she hasn't got the gas to come back at her. That's a good finish from Garvey. And Hong Kong finally putting a little bit of daylight on this courageous effort by Sri Lanka. 10-point margin now, 1.5 minutes remaining. And a beauty from Ewan, just goes to 10 metres. And Ivy Kwong now takes it forward. Candy Cheng and 10 is on the field as well. Anna Richards giving the bench a full run. I think just Lindsay Varty to come off the bench. On the 22 now, there's some classic work from Christy Cheng. Takes a couple of metres, gets them go forward. Hong Kong now just have to work it to space. Ivy Kwong's waiting for the last pass. Can she beat the last defender? Decides to come in field, gets nailed from the side from Kumudamali. 5 metres out, and Charlie Brown with a very quick call there that Kwong was holding the ball. Good cover defence from Kumudamali, and now a kick through as they go chugging back, and look, flying down the side now. Hong Kong look tired. It bounces into the arms of Dulani Palakondagi, and she's going to go under the posts. I'd said she was quick, and she came from nowhere to put them back in this game, but the hooter is gone, so that might be it. But good vision to go for the kick deep in their own 22. Palakondagi scored 4 tries in Hong Kong, leg 1. And got around the outside of players with ease, and that time she just came screaming through from nowhere, and Hong Kong looked like the legs were a bit tired. And it's missed, and that is the end of the game. An exciting finish as the hosts start strong and finish strong, but Hong Kong have done enough in the middle of that game to put Sri Lanka away and take their first win of the day. 17 points to 12, and a good workout for Anna Richards' players. And that brings to an end the first round of women's games from Pool C and D. We'll switch modes now and get into the men's side of the draw in just a few moments.